What's up, guys? Steve here with Soul Lifts here. I want to show you my shoulder day workout. Started out with some handstand push-ups. When I kick into them, a lot of people just let their heels drag up and down the wall. I find my shoes stick all over the mirror. So instead, I'll bend one leg and kick out from the mirror a little bit. Gets me a bit more vertical, and also prevents the drag of the shoes against whatever the surface is that you're kicking up on. There's another angle here. Of course, the danger when I kick up with one foot is I might be a little bit off balance. You'll see with the first couple reps there, I was off balance to the side. Another angle. I think I did 8, 6, 5, and 4 and switched over to standing one-arm dumbbell presses. Now you notice I do a lot of this overhead press stuff standing. I rarely, if ever, do it sitting. Here I try and look at a crack in the mirror to keep my body more or less symmetrical. The heavier the weight is, of course, the harder it is to keep completely symmetrical. But a lot of the stabilizer in the core, a lot of stabilizer muscles are activated when you're doing it one-handed. So I think I started out with some 25s and did a set of 10 on each arm. Threw the belt on there. Switched over to 33s, 35s. Anyway, you notice here, yeah, as soon as the weight's getting a little bit heavier, I'm starting to throw the body over, which I try not to do. I'm going to try and keep nice and vertical while I'm doing this motion. And you notice that through the legs, I don't use a push press motion. Sometimes, if I want to get that last rep out there, I'll do a bit of a push press. But that's not what this is. Yeah, I should have pressed it up there on the first rep. I think I dropped down to 28s here. Another set. Got a bit of a muscular imbalance in the shoulders, so the right shoulder can handle more reps at weight than the left shoulder does. So towards the end of the workout, I made up the deficit by doing an extra set, left shoulder only, with one arm standing dumbbell presses. Got the toque on for the first time this season as the weather's getting cooler. Probably should keep that a little bit tighter into the head. And as my form was being sacrificed on one arms, I switched over to just a straight standing dumbbell shoulder press. Got a little smarter push pressed up on the first rep. And then, I can't remember how heavy this is, but I think I did a few sets of 8 or 10 reps on this when the form started to go on one arms. Lying rear delt scarecrows. It's kind of a half fly, half raise. It brings in a lot of the muscles through the upper back, bit of the traps. But I find that when I'm on the bench and pushing my chest forward into the bench, that I can do a little bit of a better job isolating the rear delts as I do this movement. So I started out with a set at 28 and then did a short set at 33. I'll show you another angle there. And this is it's a heavy way of smacking the dumbbells as well. So this would end up bringing in a little bit more of the upper back muscles than I would have liked. So I dropped the weight again. Did another set of 28, another 2 sets of 28. Just to finish up this exercise here. And if you're wondering about the odd camera, I left the memory card for my regular camera at home, so I did all this stuff with my cell phone. One last angle on a lying rear delt raises. I guess call them raises, or I call them scarecrows because that's the movement. Switched over to standing overhead barbell shoulder press, the overhead press. Did a warm-up set here. And again, no push pressing, and prefer the standing movements over the sitting movements. I certainly never use a Smith machine for, well, for anything, but not for any of the shoulder pressing movements. So up the weight here, and I put very, very short rests in between my sets. So by the time the weight got a little bit heavy, I had to really push press it up. I didn't quite make that last rep there. And as the form wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be, I dropped the weight down again. Did one last set. Rests here are usually about 60 to 90 seconds. It's a long workout. There's a lot of sets in there, a lot of reps in there as well. Variable rep range. So here I'm doing lateral raises, kind of a scarecrow, and I'm leaning out, which the idea is it's supposed to minimize the effect of momentum. Only I grabbed a dumbbell that was probably a bit heavier than I should have. And you notice I'm engaging a lot of the traps in the movement as well. So I don't want to turn this into a shrug. I wanted to keep the mid delts isolated. Didn't do a great job of that. So I think I only ran 2 sets on each arm here of the one arm side dumbbell lateral raises, and then switched to just a standard lateral raise. So I dropped the weight here a little bit, and still didn't feel like my form was exactly where I wanted to be. It's not too bad here. The last rep is kind of ugly. So I switched over just straight scarecrows. I don't know what it is about this rear angle that makes it look like my head's popping forward so much. That one definitely did. The next angle, yeah. Got one more set. Muscle fatigue is really setting in at this point. So I figured I was going to cut the workout. I've done enough. So switch over to do the left side one arm dumbbell press to make up for the reps I didn't do when I was doing them earlier. I think I did a set of 10 here. And then switched over to do one last exercise, moving over to the cable crossover machine to do some rear delt flies. So this is my burnout for the rear delt flies. I think I did 20 on each side at 10 kilos, and then immediately up the weight to 15 and did 10 more. No rest. Just burn that out. I don't always add these in. And of course, it's nice if you have an adjustable pulley. Sometimes I'll do it from the high pulley position, sometimes from the low. I won't use a D handle. I'll just grab the cable itself. So that's pretty much the shoulder workout that I did. I probably should have put more space between chest day, which was a couple of days ago, and this workout here. Probably would have got a better result with some of the problems I had with form at heavier weights. But all in all, not too bad of a workout. If you like this video and some of the others on the channel, please make sure that you do subscribe. You can always like and favorite the video as well, that never hurts. Alright, I'm going to put up the workout details here. And until next time, keep growing.